WWE Summerslam is just right around coming up this Saturday. This is my official preview and predictions for the official SummerSlam card. Gonna jump straight into it. I'm going to start off with the Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn, Braun Breaker. Recent on the last pay-per-view at Money in the Bank, Braun Breaker took a loss to Sami Zayn, which a lot of people thought he should have won that match. I think it only makes sense for Sami Zayn to win this match, especially with Braun Breaker coming up with the reasoning why he lost the match, with him taking Sami Zayn easy. Now he's being more serious, more ruthless. He's not playing any more games. He's taking Sami Zayn seriously. Only makes sense. You cannot have someone built up to the level of Braun Breaker that he's been built up to have him lose twice in a row. It just makes no sense. I don't think you should have had the match to begin with at Money in the Bank, but I wasn't really mad because I knew it was a good possibility of him losing. Plus, I think this is a good way to eventually, if they're going to do it, put Sami back with the bloodline. I do think they will do that eventually because they already been teasing with Jey Uso and Sami, you know, teaming up with the Judgment Day. So I think they're already teasing him going back with the bloodline eventually. This is a good way to do it, have him lose to Braun Breaker. This won't be a swash match by any means. I know some people are like, he should swash him. No, I don't think it's going to be a swash match, but I do think Braun Breaker will win this match. I think it only makes sense. You can't have him lose back-to-back matches. You cannot have him lose back-to-back. It makes no sense for him to lose back. This is the moment Braun Breaker wins. He wins on the bigger show, so it makes sense. I understand why they had him lose the first match, but I would have just not had the first match. But it's understandable. You want him to win on one of the bigger shows, so it makes sense. I have Braun Breaker become your new Intercontinental Champion. Next match we have is Logan Paul versus LA Knight for the United States Championship. This is in Logan Paul's hometown in Cleveland, so this will be very interesting to see how this plays out. Typically, when the hometown hero is in their, fighting in their home crowd, typically they win. I don't think Logan Paul is winning this. Now, it would not shock me if Logan Paul retained. There's going to be shenanigans. That's going to happen. It might be a ref bump. He's going to get the brass knuckles. That is going to happen. It's going to happen. He's going to get the brass knuckles. I think this is the time you pull the trigger on LA Knight. We need the United States Championship on TV. One of the main reasons why SmackDown is trash is because the mid-card scene does not exist. We need a fighting champion. I'm not the biggest LA Knight fan. I like LA Knight. I'm just not the biggest fan of him, but I like LA Knight. The feud itself, I don't really care for it. I think it's one of the more overrated feuds in WWE. I think it's a decent feud. I don't think it's anything special. I think it could have been better, but I think it's a decent feud, nothing special. But overall, I've been liking what I've been seeing. This should be a very good match. Logan Paul is really good in the ring. LA Knight isn't too bad himself. I think it's only time to finally put a trigger. People have been wanting him to win for so long. People wanted him to win that Money in the Bank. People thought he was going to go at WrestleMania and fight Logan Paul for the title. So I think it only makes sense for for LA Knight to finally become the United States champion, because we need a fighting champion on SmackDown. Next, we got the WWE Women's Championship with Bayley versus Nia Jax. Nia Jax is your queen of the ring winner. This is very interesting because the feud itself isn't really a feud. It's just, I'm the queen in the ring and I just want the championship, where unlike another feud like Gunther and Damian, that's more personal. This feud, unfortunately, hasn't really been that exciting to me, and it's unfortunate because I love Bayley. Bayley is my second favorite women's wrestler of all time, but her run hasn't been that good. But I can't really blame that on Bayley. It's just her booking is just not that good. This one is very iffy because a lot of people think Nia Jax is just going to win, but this is very interesting because I can see a lot of ways this plays out, because you have Tiffany Stratton in the background with the Money in the Bank briefcase. She could easily cash in. She could easily distract Bayley or Nia Jax to either help Nia Jax or end up accidentally helping Bayley. My prediction will be Bayley retains her championship with the distraction of Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany Stratton will be interfering in this match by either cashing in or distracting Nia Jax with her briefcase, preventing her from winning the championship. I think one of those two things are. I think Bayley will retain here. I don't know why. Something's telling me Nia Jax is not going to win. Something is telling me Nia Jax is not going to win. Part of me feels like it's because I think Nia Jax isn't. I don't know. Something is telling me that they're not going to pull the trigger on Nia Jax. I just have that feeling because, in my opinion, I think WWE wants to book their top guys, their top people that they see as the face of the company. I think those people are the Tiffany Strattons, the Jades, the Bianca, and eventually when Charlotte Flair comes back, which I do think will happen this year, I think she will be in the title picture as well. I don't see a world where Nia Jax fits in that description, unfortunately. I don't know. I just have a feeling that Bayley will retain her championship, but I think Tiffany Stratton will distract Nia Jax, preventing Nia Jax to win. Bayley would take advantage of the distraction and pick and retain her WWE Championship, and I think Tiffany Stratton will be the one that will dethrone Bayley as the new WWE Women's Championship, either on this pay-per-view or future pay-per-views. Don't know, but I think Bayley will retain her WWE Women's Championship. We get Damian Priest versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. I have been really impressed with this feud. This feud has been really good, really exciting. I love what they've been doing here. I love that it's just not, I'm the king of the ring, so I want to know. It's more deeper than that. Gunther talked about how Damian is street trash, how he's basically like a lower class citizen. He's above him. You know, he's higher on the totem pole of hierarchy. Gunther being the privileged guy who got handed everything. I love the story that they've been telling. This has been really good. Now, this is very tough because you could play the story of Gunther winning, of, you know, you could play the story of Judgment Day interfering, preventing Damian Priest, turning on Damian Priest, or you could play the story of Damian continuing to be this champion who finally proves he's on the level of other superstars. This is very tough. Me personally, I think Gunther will win this match. Only for one reason. I think because Bash at Berlin is coming up, and you could have a rematch between Damian and Gunther. My only issue is that Gunther and Bash will be the babyface. And if you want to promote Damian as a babyface, you need him to lose in a babyface way. In Bash, he's going to be the heel, so even if Judgment Day interfere, it's like he's not really a heel in that situation because he's in a different, you know, crowd surrounding that want Gunther to win. Where in the United States, it's more 50-50, if that makes sense. I do think I think Finn Balor will turn on Damian Priest, or he will accidentally cost him the title. One or the other. He's going to accidentally cost him the title or purposely cost. Either way, Finn Balor will cost Damian Priest the title, and I think Gunther will become your new World Heavyweight Champion, and I think he will be walking in Bash at Berlin with the World Heavyweight Championship. Now we get Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. This story has been great, starting off with Liv Morgan, well, actually Rhea Ripley injuring Liv Morgan over not a year, but a couple months back. Then once Liv Morgan returned, she'd been vowing to take everything away from Rhea Ripley. She injured Rhea Ripley, took her out for months. The World Heavyweight Championship from Becky Lynch. Then she's slowly getting herself into Judgment Day, trying to get Dominic Mysterio, confessing her love for Dominic, trying to take Dominic away from Rhea. This has been great. This has been a really good feud. I really love what they've been doing here. It only makes sense for Liv. Now, here's the thing. I think Liv Morgan will win. I think it only should be Liv Morgan winning in this scenario. Only because if Rhea Ripley wins this match, the feud is over. It makes no sense to continue the feud once Rhea wins. But I think Liv Morgan should be the one winning this match. Now, I do have her winning via interference, but a lot of people are going with Dominic Mysterio. From a storyline perspective, right now it makes zero sense for Dominic to turn on Rhea. Rhea Ripley and Dominic are on tight terms right now. It will only make sense for Dom to turn on Rhea once Rhea shows any signs of like distrust or not really liking him that much. Right now, Dom doesn't have a reason since they kind of made up, and plus they're playing the story of Liv Morgan being heartbroken and all that. I think Dom will interfere in this match, but he will accidentally cost Rhea Ripley the match. And that's when you get the dissension of the Judgment Day. I think Liv Morgan will take each member of the Judgment Day one by one. She's going to take Finn first, then she's going to take JD, going with Finn, then Carlito, then the last domino piece will be Dominic Mysterio. That's how things will play out. I think once Dominic accidentally turns on Rhea Ripley, then you see the dissension of Dominic choosing Liv Morgan eventually at another pay-per-view once Rhea Ripley starts treating him poorly because, you know, he costs her the opportunity at the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. This feud has been amazing. You could go either way. It really would not shock me if Rhea Ripley won this match, but I think Liv Morgan has to retain the Women's World Heavyweight Championship. Now we get Punk versus Drew McIntyre with Seth Rollins as the special guest referee. This has been really good. We are finally getting CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre, the match we've been waiting for since basically January. This feud has been building up, you know, with Drew McIntyre injuring CM Punk at the Royal Rumble, saying that he prayed for this, that he prayed to injure CM Punk, constantly mocking CM Punk over and over and over again on social media. Then CM Punk constantly destroying Drew McIntyre after championship match after championship match. This has been building up, and now Seth Rollins got back into the picture. I'm very interested to see how this plays out because these are Seth Rollins' rules. His rules are just whatever he wants to do. It's very interesting. I do think Drew McIntyre needs to win here. I do think he will win here, but it won't be clean. Nobody on this pay-per-view are going to win cleanly. Everyone's going to lose by some type of shenanigans or injury. Something's going to happen in each and every match. But I do think Drew McIntyre will win, but I think Seth Rollins is not going to play favorites. I think he's going to screw both of them. He's going to attack both of them. He's going to manipulate the rules on both of them. There's going to be moments where someone goes for a pin and he doesn't count. He's going to treat both of them the same way. But I do think CM Punk loses this match because he's too eager to get his bracelet. I think they made a focus of him with the bracelet on Monday Night Raw with Drew shoving it in his face and he couldn't do nothing about it. I think there's going to be a moment in the match where Drew loses the bracelet. CM Punk picks it up, recovers it, and then somehow, some way, Punk is distracted by putting the braces on. He turns around, get hit with a claymore, and loses the match. That's how I'm seeing it. Now, it could plan out differently, but I have Drew McIntyre winning the first match of this feud. And then eventually, after the match, I think Drew McIntyre clays more Seth Rollins, which leads to Seth Rollins making this a triple threat eventually later down the road. Now we got to the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. This is not really a feud between two of the people. This is really just a feud between Solo trying to prove he's the tribal chief to Roman Reigns, mostly. They've been playing the story of Solo and the Bloodline constantly taking out all of Cody Rhodes' allies, which is Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. They've been playing that story of him taking out all the allies where Cody Rhodes is all alone at SummerSlam. This is very interesting. I have Cody Rhodes obviously winning. It makes no sense for Solo to win. Now, here's the thing. The question is, will Roman Reigns come back? I think he does. Now, I have two scenarios where he comes back. The first scenario is in the middle of the match, they start interfering in the match. A ref bump, whatever, and the Tongas and Jake Fatu interfere. You get Jey Uso comes out. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens are both injured. So you get Jey Uso to come out to make the save, but he's getting overpowered and outnumbered by the Bloodline members. Then Jimmy Uso comes out to help Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes. He attacks the Bloodline, but he is still outmatched as well. Then you get Roman Reigns' theme music hits. He comes out, attacks, hits a spear through the barricade on Jacob Fatu, distracting Solo Sikoa, and then Cody Rhodes hit 3 crossroads, ends up picking up the victory, and then it's just a stare down between Cody, Roman, Jay, and Jimmy. All of them are just staring at each other, looking at Roman, confused of why he's here, and that's how you end SummerSlam. The other theory, the other fantasy booking I have is Randy and KO come back, they come back from their injuries. You do the same thing, but then it's just KO and Randy Orton doing what Jey Uso and Jimmy did, and you just end SummerSlam with Roman making the save and attacking Jacob Fatu. That's how I think SummerSlam would end. I'm very excited for this card. I'm very excited for SummerSlam. I think this will be a great SummerSlam. Hopefully it's better than last year's SummerSlam, because last year's SummerSlam was a disappointment. But I'm very excited for every match on the card. You guys let me know your opinions down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. But yeah, that's it.